Hello. So I know that most of you, myself included, didn't think that this day would ever come, but as the kids are saying these days, whoop, there it is. This is the penultimate episode of Jane Ozkowski Reads a Poem, Season 4. This has been a good season. It's been much longer than all of my other seasons. What can I say? I've had a less interesting life. I'm going to read half of this story today, half of this story next week, and then the week after I'm going to Portland, I'm going to Seattle, I'm going to Vancouver, and then I'm going to Kamloops. It's going to be a good time, so I won't have time for you guys and all your stories, so hopefully this will tide you over until mid-August, maybe September, something like that. This story is called Every Time I Hear Square Dance Music, Part 1. When my sister was little, our parents took her to the doctor because they were afraid that something was wrong. This was before I was born, so I don't remember, but the doctor gave my sister a full physical. "She looks fine," the doctor said. "Please," said our mom. "She looks fine, but when she walks, there's the problem." The doctor took my sister into the long hallway at the back of his office. There were doors leading in all different directions to all different offices. The adult stood back and watched my sister walk towards the end of the hall. "Parents have a tendency to worry," said the doctor. "She's perfectly healthy." "Okay," said my dad, "then go get her." The doctor started walking to the end of the hall and nearly stepped on my sister. It looked like she had walked far away, but instead she had shrank. "My Lord," said the doctor. "We told you," said my dad. "The only way to get her back to normal size is if she walks backwards." "And if she walks sideways?" My dad plugged his ears and sighed. My mom nodded for my sister to walk to the side. This time, my sister actually did move, and she stayed normal size while she did it. The only problem now was that as soon as my sister took a step, country music started playing, like at a square dance. Some invisible caller shouted out, step to the side, do-si-do." "Okay," shouted my dad. He grew up on a farm, and there was nothing he hated more than square dancing. There was nothing that doctor or any specialist could do. It was okay for my sister when we were growing up, though. Sometimes she would walk backwards until she was a giant and let me ride around town on her shoulders. And she'd always get into the movies for free. She'd shrink down really small and sneak in my pocket. The ushers always knew, but they let us get away with it. Our dad would wear earplugs whenever my sister was around, and when we left town she would shrink down and ride in a pouch around his neck. Our mom had sewn this pouch especially for her. "The town is fine," our dad would say, "but we don't need the whole earth knowing our business." It all worked out pretty well until my sister was 15. By then she had a deaf boyfriend who didn't care about the music blasting every time she walked, and she was starting to wonder which other 15-year-olds had to ride around in a little pouch every time they left town. Besides, the pouch was getting worn out, and our mom wasn't around to make a new one. She'd been killed in a shark attack when I was 10 and my sister was 13. Only her pinky toe had washed up onto the shore. So, who knows what's going to happen when the sister is 15? A pretty intriguing story, if you ask me. Tune in next week for part 2.